Well, one of the things I hate when I'm working food plots or working in the field is switching implements, switching back and forth. Sometimes I'd rather not do that just because it's such a difficult thing. It just takes some practice to get used to switching it without a quick hitch system. But there's many solutions on the market, many different quick hitches. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Pat's quick hitch. This goes on the lift arms of your tractor so that they just snap in and snap off. And it's got a lock here so you can open it up, it'll lock in automatically, and then you can switch that lock back over so it'll stay there, stay secure. These take probably 20 minutes to put onto your lift arms, and once they're on there, it makes switching implements very, very easy. Now there's a bunch of different quick hitches on the market, and why I like this one is when you're putting on that top latch, a lot of times it's not the same on all implements. I've got some old implements over here, and some of them do not allow you to come up from the bottom to hook onto it. Where the Pat's, it only attaches to the lift arms. You're still going to attach the center link on the top, but the thing is, on some of those quick hitches, that's the part that's an issue. You have to put a separate adapter on it. It's kind of a pain, and you're going to be back there hooking up the PTO shaft anyway, so you might as well just pop that top link on there right at the same time. So we're going to put this on the tractor. It's not going to take very long, but let's get at it. Well, we're back here at the back of the tractor getting ready to install these lift arms, and it's very, very simple to do. And I want to mention that there's also different sizes of these lift arms. For instance, I have a category 2 tractor, but all my implements are category 1. So I'm going to buy a 2-to-1 quick hitch for this. They also offer 1-to-2 if you have a category 1 tractor and category 2 implements, or if you just have a cat 1 tractor with cat 1 implements, they have those as well, and cat 2 and cat 3. So there are different sizes of these. Make sure you get the right ones for your tractor. Mine is a 2 tractor. My implements are all 1. I'm going to go with the 2-to-1. Once you have the right size lift arms, you're going to need a 9/16 ratchet. You're going to need a hammer, and you're going to need a straight bar like a broom handle or something like this, like a pry bar, to put in between here to help align them as we're going through the installation process. So the first thing you do is you take that pin out and you put it on your lift arms and you slide that in. Once you get that in there, and you can see how wobbly this is, we're going to make that nice and tight so it sits on there perfectly and perfectly straight so that you can back up to your implements and pick them up. So to start shoring up the quick hitch, you need these shims right here. These are going to help you in the bottom. There's going to be a roll pin, and you're going to need to determine which shims you need. Slide one in, slide the other one in, slide them in together, see how many you need, and then you install the roll pin using a hammer, tap it down so it's even with the bottom, and then you can install it in the back of the quick hitch and then slide it back on the lift arms, and it'll be nice and tight. Once you get that roll pin tapped into the back of those shims, go ahead and insert it in the bottom here, and then you're able to put on the quick hitch. But to allow for this narrow ball right here, they include shims. If you have a wide ball here, you won't need these shims. But what you need to do is you need to put that pin in part way, slide one of these washers in, slide it onto your machine, and then you need to slit that other one in the other side, and that's going to help you align that. And that's going to keep all that movement this way out of the quick hitch. So now that we've got that in there, we're going to set the cotter pin in the other side. All the vertical movement is taken away right there. It won't go any lower. Now we're going to install the U-bolt, and we're going to jam the nuts on the bottom by putting on one and then jamming another one up against the first one. That will hold it nice and tight. We're going to tighten it all down. Once it's tight, that thing isn't going to move. And that will be your vertical stabilization for the quick hitch. Now when you get that second one on, only put your ratchet on the first nut so it will jam into the second one. Now that we've got all the vertical movement taken out of the quick hitch, we're going to go to the other side, install the other one up until this point, and then we're going to put in some screws right up here that are going to stabilize it on that horizontal movement. And we're going to have to put a bar in between them to make sure that they're straight when we go ahead and adjust that. As you can see, I put in the spreader bar. I've measured across the back about 30 inches or so. That's about what my implements are. And you can adjust this when you're backing up to the implement. You can adjust this bar and have it set for a couple different implements, put a little mark on it, so that as you're backing up, you can just back right up to it and it pops into your pins and you're all set. Now, I'm going to put a broom handle through the back end right here, Snap it in just like you normally would. And this is going to allow me to kind of adjust these screws to that broom handle so that they sit nice and flush, nice and square with each other, so that when you back up to your implements, it's going to come on really easy. Now that we've got everything adjusted right and these things are sitting perfect horizontal and vertical, now we're going to go ahead and take out the broom handle and we're going to go ahead and back up to our implement. When you back up to the implement, use the spreader bar to keep it at the right spread. And then as soon as you hook up your implement, go ahead and take off the spreader bar, just pull the cotter pin, pop it off. And then you can also lock these pins in so they can't come up. When you're backing up to the implement, you just open up those locks and this will snap in automatically. And just like that, we've got the Pat's Quick Hitch all installed on our tractor and ready to go.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to my daddy's channel.